What's Papa locking all you beautiful people? Another episode of the VUVUZELA Victory Challenge. We begin technically season 4 in the VUVUZELA Victory Challenge, although technically season 3, 4, since the Bees doesn't count. We won't count that, but we're counting Kruger United, and we've got yet again a season opener with the reigning, defending, undisputed PSL champions of the world, Sundowns. That's right. We're taking on the Sundowns. We also have Amazulu coming up in this episode. Hit that like button. Tell your friends, parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Join in on the fun. Let's get to the game. Right, so we're into the game. This is where we're at, taking on Sundowns. We're going to have a quick rundown of the squad before we jump into the game. You can have a look. We'll filter it out, show you what we have, what we don't have, and all that jazz. So in terms of goalkeepers, we have two options at the moment. We've got Luka Matosevic. He is wanted by Sekhukhune United, and there is a world that if he goes, that is fine. Because if Savage, who we were still waiting for in a work transfer, if he gets one on the 21st of September, I will let him go and Savage will replace him. We also have Potlele Molefe coming in, who could easily be a number 1 choice goalkeeper as well. So we have backups coming in. Not too worried about there. Matthew Colser will probably be demoted to 3rd choice goalkeeper if I bring in those other two to come in. So I'm not too worried about the goalkeeper department. In terms of defense, we can look at the central defenders first. We've got a nice depth option, good depth option for that one. Stefan Milic and Denzel Duplessis will be the two starting, with Ngobo and Dlamini being the backup, Malaiki being a 3rd choice in that right-hand side, with Babuza could slot in as defensive coverage if we need it in that sort of aspect. On the right-hand side, sorry, we've got a little bit of nice depth as well, with Mazobe being the number 1 choice, Makone being his backup. Ramashala can play there, and Malaiki can also actually play there as well. So some decent coverage on the left-hand side, the right-hand side. Left-hand side, we're a little bit less fortunate. We do have Denzel Duplessis who can play there. Ramashala and Ngidi can also fill in there. Ramashala will obviously be the number 1 choice. Ngidi, who has the potential to be better than Ramashala, is going to be starting as the backup for now. Kind of like go with what you know type of thing. In terms of defensive midfielders, this is where we're at. The depth. I still have defenders clicked, don't I? Yeah. We do lack a little bit of depth when it comes to the defensive midfielders. We've got Mabuza and Wood, who will be the two players to really play the position. Olsen can play in there. He can also play as left back or right back if need be. Don't really want to play him there. And Mokane can also play as DM. Don't really want to play him there. If there is another signing to be made, it's probably in the DM position right now. In terms of the midfield, though, we're looking a little bit better with midfield players. Our two starters will be Soletu and Beliso. They'll be coming in there. Babuza and Wood can both cover if need be. We have Squiba, we've got Nkosi, we've got Makua, we've got Madiba. A lot of backup options. Lesedi Morta can even play there, and Olsen can even play there as well. In terms of attacking midfielders out on the wings, we're going to go with Lesedi Morta, Olsen. Those are the two main ones, with Makua and Malepe being the backup. We've got Madiba who can play on the right, Matekovic who can play on the left if need be. Even Baliso can play on the left if need be. So there is some options there. Going up front is where we look lacking a real lack of depth, in my opinion. We've got Matekovic who's there, Madiba who's also there. The only other striker we have in the team is Aruaz, who unfortunately it can't get a new work permit. If we try to renew his contract, well, he got his contract triggered, and then we got an inbox item saying that his work permit will not be renewed for the next season. So we are going to try and ship him out. Tanta from Egypt have offered 215,000. We are waiting on that sort of thing. When he goes, we'll definitely look at bringing in one more striker, maybe as just the 3rd choice depth option. Yeah, but we'll be relying heavily on Metakovic this season. I think it's quite important. In terms of how we're lining up against Sundowns specifically, because that is our first game, no James Wood. He's out injured. Colser is fully fit, so he will start on the bench. Sequiba fully fit, and Malepe all fully fit. We've had a couple of little injuries, but this is the team that's going to start. It's going to be Metosovic in goals, Mazobe, Milic, Duplessis, Ramashala, Mabuza, Soletu, Beliso, Morta, Olsen, and Metokovic all up front. So that's everyone as it stands right now. Let's go. We're playing at home this game. It is a home game. Let's go take on Sundowns. Of course, last time we played Mamelodi Sundowns in the opening game last season. They beat us 3-2. They scored in the 90th minute for their third goal. We managed to get to a 2-2 draw at one point. Hopefully we can do that step a little bit better this season. Nkwali moving forward. Okan with the ball. Mashilane back to Nkosi. They're playing nicely through the midfield. Rainer's moving it forward. Titus to Bambena, who puts it in the back of the net. And yeah, 2 minutes in and we've already conceded a goal. I think this will probably be Metasovic's last 2 games, I think. If Molefe comes in, he'll probably play the Amazulu game, to be completely honest. Yeah, I've had enough. I mean, you're overcommitting already. He's already on the ground before the ball even shoots. I mean, what type of goalkeeping is that? You know, close the angle down. I don't know. He's just not good at goalkeeper. Seems like that's going to be our constant issue going forward. Olsen now from the kickoff at Ramashada to Duplessis. Always the Americans call him Duplessis. Milic to Mazobe. Mazobe's doesn't have the pace, but he's got the skills to get past his man. Not on that occasion, because Reiners, the striker, was all the way back defending, and Mabeda is now through on goal, one-on-one. Well, he's got some company now in the box with him, not of his own colors. And Milic does very well there to concede the corner and really cover for Mazobe, who was well out of position there, the right back. Short corner. Shenanigans happening from Sundowns. They take the long range effort, hits the crossbar. And it was Milic again who gets the headed clearance, not that far out, but they've managed to sort of recycle the ball with Nkosi now moving it forward, and that will be the highlight. Just so it stands, we are currently still ranked 20, or right at the bottom, 16th out of the league to be, according to the season preview. I will hopefully show you the season preview once we sign the other 2 goalkeepers, if they both come in and we sell one of ours. Either way, Masasovic has just conceded a corner thanks to Mashilone with the header. We are playing absolutely horrid in this first game of the season. Not a great start. Not a great start at all, to be completely honest. I mean, that was Duplessis. Who's 13? Who's 13? Belicio should have better there, I think. Belicio had an opportunity to really try and get a good header over Mashilone, who, I mean, he's got a jumping reach of 16, so that's that. I mean, he's much better than what's Belicio's jumping reach, 7. So a bit of a mismatch in terms of defensive. But we have not been in this game at all. You know, it's not great. It's really, really not great. We are, I mean, we're looking at the stats. We just haven't created anything. We've been literally just overrun by Sundowns. Mabena loses out to Letako, who's got it back from the corner. With another short corner. This time it goes over. Metosovic got a hand to it. Yeah, I'm going to have to shout at these players. They need to do so much better in that second half. Only 3 shots in the entire half is absolutely horrible. They need to do a little bit better in this half, I think. I mean, we've got the options there, but we're not doing well. We're really, really not doing well at all. We need to be doing better. We definitely need to be doing better. In the second half, starting much like the first half, Sundowns literally all over us. And there's another free kick option now. Reiners goes to the back post looking for options. It's a good header, clear. Reiners with the shot, and it goes just wide. Ugh, we need to do something. I need to do something here. Something is not working for us. Mazobe with the option on the wing back, and he loses out to Reyners again. Reyners has been all over Mazobe, which is an interesting matchup. I don't know how that happens, but it happens. Ramashala goes long, looking for Matokovic out on the wing. He's found him. He's crossed inside. Soletu back to Matokovic. Can we pull one back? Mortar shoots it, and it was offside in the end. No, free kick, actually. So I think Mortar did something there. We're going to make some swaps. Olsen has been absolutely horrible on that left-hand side. Makua come in there. Matokovic has been so poor as well. But, I mean, he hasn't had the support. We're looking at someone like Ramashala, 23. That is absolutely shocking. 623. I'm bringing on Dlamini. Duplessis can go to that wing-back position. Mazobe's also been absolutely horrible. Mokone come in there. Do I make one more? I think Mortar is probably the next. Mortar or Matokovic are probably the next on the chopping block. But we need to do better. Maybe the inverted winger situation isn't working. The inside winger. Inverted winger is what it actually is. I don't know why. Maybe we should look at maybe keeping them as wingers rather. I don't know. Titus bringing it forward. Maybe inside forwards could work. You know, that's something I'm going to think about. What would he be his best role? Probably just a winger. Let's go with wingers. Let's see. Mortar's best role is a winger. So let's try that with wingers instead of inverted wingers. Let's keep them out wide and then just cross the ball in. I think that's worked for us in the past. Matosovic taking his time. Number 33 refusing to get out of the box, which should be a card for Mabenda there. Corner, another short corner from Sundowns. They love their short corners. Mabena. The Taco trying to find options. Goes all the way around Belicio. And he launches a Makua, sorry, not Belicio. Belicio's 13, Makua's 18. I'm trying them as wingers. Hopefully they can do something. They can help, you know, boost the shots. We've only taken 2 extra shots this game, this half, with none being on target. Or 1 being on target. So we had 3 and 2. Now we've got 5 and 3. So Reyners with the corner. Launches deep to the back post. It's fallen on the edge of the box. Mabena, who's already put one in the back of the net. Strike that hard. That was a hard hit. You know what? We're going to go attacking the last few minutes, and I am going to make another swap. Mortar is not improved at all. Malepe come in there, and you know, Matakovic will bring on Madiba. Give you the 10 minutes. Hopefully that can trigger something. Maybe a goal. We can just, you know, get something from this game, because it would be amazing to get something at least from this game. As it stands, we're not getting anything from this game. 2-0 defeat. Possibly a 3-0 defeat right now. Going to deep in the box. Beliso just hits it clear. We've got Soletu up front alone by himself. Just goes around the defense. Their strikers back to defend as well again. Reyners has always been back to defend. He's doing well. Soletu does very well there. Try to sneak it into the near post. Defenders and keeper had their guard up. And the keeper heads it out or touches it out for a corner, which we won't see. I mean, towards the end, we got a little bit better in terms of shots. But, I mean, that was just a poor performance. I'm not happy. I am not happy. I am going to change the roles to wingers for the second game against Amazulu. Yeah, we'll be back for that game in a bit. And girls, we're back for our second game of this episode. Amazulu. We're going to the Moses Mabhida Stadium, apparently. It still annoys me so much that it's there. But we do have a new goalkeeper in Molefe. Bontle Molefe is in the building. He will be our number 1 for this game. Mokane is going to start. Milic Dlamini is going to start. Duplessis is a little bit hurt. He's not going to start. Ramashala, Mabuza, Soletu, Beliso, Mortar, Olsen, and Mitakovic. I've switched them to wingers. I thought I switched them to wingers. There we go. They must stay a bit wider. I think we played better when they were just wingers into attacking midfielders. We played a lot better. We did have an offer from Al Qanar in the Nile League in Egypt on Beliso, but their transfer market is closed. No, I lie. Sorry, it's from Sukukume United. It was very much below what I wanted for him. 240, they offered me like 30, I think it was, and I rejected that. So he did put up a little bit of a fight, and he has been listed now officially. So Metasevic could be out the door. We do have a international slot available because Whereas has agreed to join the Panamanian team. He will be joining them in December, the 28th of December, when their transfer window opens. The Egyptian team, sorry, Tanta. So he won't be registered for the season, just so we can have that extra spot for Savage if he does come. But anyway, that's enough talking. Taking on AmaZulu. Kickoff is underway. Beliso from the kickoff, moving it forward to Seletu. I've just handed some instructions for the wingers to take more risks and dribble a little bit more to the byline, and then also just shoot a little bit more often. I need to get them, really moving forward. And then also got some of my defenders and DM to just tackle a little bit harder and make sure they, let them know they're around. Mokane with the free option here. Seletu back to Mortar, looking for options in the box. Goes for the little dink shot. February, who was one on our shortlist. It was a player that I was looking at potentially bringing in, was February as an option. And then he went to AmaZulu instead. Matludi, he was actually, I did make an offer for him, but I didn't offer, I'll be honest, I didn't offer him a great contract. I didn't think he was going to be a good first team goalkeeper for us. Olsen. Beliso launches him forward, and that was a good effort. That was a very good effort. I think February might have had that covered, but that was a good, that's more what we want to see. We didn't see that against Sundowns. And maybe this little tweak in formation in terms of roles is helping us move the ball forward a little bit better, which is what we wanted. Chele goes over the top. And this is a good space for AmaZulu to be in, and they're going to cut in. He's going to take the shot, and Molefe gets his first actual save in Kruger colors. Gotta love it. Dlamini moving it forward, and that is as far as he's going to move it. 10 minutes in, burn for them, playing it back to Chile. We're on the front foot. We really are pressuring them quite a bit, which I like to see. Chile goes down to the wing. This right-hand side is causing some problems for us, or left-hand side for them, over on our right-hand side. And Balthebane moving it forward, crosses. Was that a cross or was that a shot? I think that was a shot that just went wayward. The resulting goal kick will be a highlight. Molefe with the kick goes middle of the park to Mabuza, the DM. Of course, Wood still injured. Milic, Wood is our club captain for the season. Morta, moving it forward. Mokane, Seletu. In fact, Mbuza is actually the stand-in captain for this game. Seletu, that was a terrible pass from Seletu. I don't even know why they showed me that highlight. Like, what is the point of this highlight at the moment? Because Chile's got the throw in. We've won the ball back thanks to Morta. Mabuza, Olsen, all the way on the wrong side. Beliso slips it through to Seletu, goes all the way back to Dlamini, who's going to move into Ramashala. Ramashala running it forward, looking for options. Goes across to Beliso, takes it into the box. Metakovic and Chile basically cleared that off the line. That was close. That was super close. We kind of want a Metakovic goal. Yeah, we need him to score. He didn't score in the opener. Olsen. He's been on good goal scoring form in preseason. Tried a little looping shot. Actually scored a goal like that in preseason. Yeah, so I normally, just for you guys know, I normally watch the first preseason game. We lost our first preseason game to Orlando Pirates, and then I decided to watch the second one because I really wanted to see some of the new guys play. I normally just click instant result or just simulate the games because I don't care about the preseason games, to be honest. Yeah, and then I watched that second game, and Olsen did the exact same goal like that, and that was cool. I like that. Lamini, Olsen, moving it forward now. He's a big, meaty lad. He has some pace on him as well. Skipping and dancing into the box. And February got a good hand to it. February trying to prove to me that I should have maybe signed him and not wait so long to get Molefe. But he's having a game and a half at the moment. We've had 10 shots in this game, 3 on target, 11 now. 3 on target. We have been literally all over them, and we can't seem to get past this goalkeeper in February. Dlamini, Milic. Bringing it forward. Mabuza. Back to Milic. Dlamini. Got a point to prove today. Beliso finds Metokovic. Goes nicely back through to Beliso. Hits the crossbar. Metokovic with the My goodness. February keeping them in the game there again. Although I feel like Metokovic should have shot to the other side of the goal. I don't know why he shot it directly at February, but he decided to shoot there. That was annoying. That should have been 1-0. It really, really should have been 1-0. Beliso hitting the bar and then Metokovic choosing the wrong player to hit to. Milic with a header to the back post. Just a little bit wide and they hack it clear. Olsen just gave up the run and he was like, yeah, I'm not going to bother running there. I think it was offside in the end anyway. There was some callback. Anyway, half-time it is 0-0. I'm going to shout at the players. I want them to do better. Fire it up. Mokane has got no reaction whatsoever. Neither does Mortar. But we need to be doing a little bit better. I'm not happy with Olsen or Mortar at the moment. I feel like they need to be getting involved more in the game. I feel like... Is there a world where I allow the wingbacks to be doing overlaps and allow them to be inside forwards? Is that maybe a thing we can do? I think it might leave us exposed at the back, though, if those guys get up too forward. You know what I mean? Like, that is my biggest issue. That's a good attempt. You know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. I'm desperate to try something here. So we're going to put them as inside forwards. I'm going to put them as inside forwards. Not the best positions. And then you, when you're in possession, make forward runs. Where do we do the overlap? There'll be team instructions. Hey. Am I missing something here? Supporting runs. That's the one I'm looking for. Overlap on both flanks. So something like that. I mean, it's a risk. But let's see if it's a risk that pays off. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. This gets more options in the box, I guess, because Olsen and Metokovic and Morta have kind of been isolated and been relying heavily on the likes of Beliso and Suletu to try and bring the ball forward. And that's not how we're supposed to be playing, you know. We're supposed to be sort of overrunning the box a little bit. Dlamini now from the back. He's got options ahead of him. And he goes over the top this time. Olsen's found some space, takes the shot. Maynard Olsen. Yes, boy. That is a brilliant goal. His debut goal. Dlamini decided to go route one here. Just nicked it over. Olsen saw the run. Metokovic heads it down nicely for Olsen. Took it in on his left foot. Slots it past February. And I'm a tactical genius, guys. I am a tactical genius. Yes, you heard me first. You heard me say it. The switch in the tactic hopefully helped. I don't know. I don't know if we can say that. I mean, he was in a bit of an inside forward role coming off the striker. So I'm guessing it worked. But now we got to see defensively if it's going to keep working. Launching to the back post. Dlamini with the clearance again. Olsen bringing it forward. Metokovic has got a man up front with Morta. And he's got the overlapping defender coming in. He's decided to stop running for some reason. He was supposed to be overlapping. Morta, though, doesn't need him. Morta goes at it alone. Morta hits the side netting. I think that might be the last contributions of Morta. Although we got one more highlight before the sub happens. Milic. Mokane. Oh, sorry about that. Morta. Morta takes the long range. Yeah, that is going to be the end of Morta's run. That was shocking. Absolutely shocking. Mabuza's super tight out there. I just don't have another DM to bring on in that position. We don't have DMs. And he's been playing quite poor as well. I mean, I can put in Mokane. He is technically a DM. You know, I'm going to bring on Mozobi, and I'm going to bring Mokane to play there. He can do it. I think just those two subs for now. Got a little tickle in my throat. I just had to drink some water to try and help this little tickle because I'm struggling to talk a little bit in this one. And I feel like these videos, I need to talk. It's a thing that I need to do. And at the moment, I'm struggling to say some words. Let me hydrate again. as we get the corner, of course. It happens. Olsen with the corner near post, not great corner. Elisa will pick up the return ball. I think Olsen might have been offside here. It's bobbled in. Chele has put it into the back of the net. It's going to count. I thought Olsen was offside. I was waiting for that linesman to raise his flag. He just ran away. He was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. Was he offside though? Like, just keep an eye on him there. There's the last defender. I mean, this dude here, Rocker, played him onside. He ran back for some reason. And then February got the hand to it. It was going wide. And Chele kind of like just chested it into the back of the net. I don't think he knew much about that. 2-0. Olsen, I want to say Olsen has been a bit of an impact player in this game. He's really stepped up and played quite well. I'm going to make another sub. Ramashala not playing great on that left-hand side. Going to bring in Gidi for his debut. And then elsewhere, I want to take off Matakovic. He hasn't been playing. We're going to give Madiba a little bit of a run as well. Just rest Matakovic. And I want to give Seletu a little bit of a rest as well. And Corsi come in there. Just to rest some players. I feel like the game is done. I don't think Amazulu has done really much to warrant a goal in this game. So I think we should be okay. Mokane bringing out from the DM position to Beliso, who's going to go back to Dlamini on a yellow card, who I think has had probably one of the best games I've seen him play. And I think this might help him get into that first team ahead of Duplessis. Malepe finds Madiba. He was offside though. He was offside though. It would have been nice to see Madiba get on the score sheet. He's 20 years old. I think he's got the world bags of potential. And I think we could be seeing him in a Bafana shirt very shortly. He's a very good striker. And I do like the look of him. He just needs to get a little bit of form and get some goals in these early games. And I think we could see him in a Bafana shirt 100%. Rocker takes it to the back post. Mozebe will clear. Malepe brings it forward. Goes over the top. Olsen has some space now, and he's got Madiba in the box as well. Trying to wiggle his way past the defender. Does his good job, and Khomotso Madiba heads it home. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Olsen with an assist and a goal this game. Madiba with the finish. Absolutely brilliant. Olsen has really destroyed anyone on that left-hand side today. And a good little chipper and a Madiba header puts us into the lead there. Well, we keep our lead. We're 3-0 up now. We're doing fantastic. We're doing good. I'm happy. You're happy. We're all happy. One big happy family. Molefe with the ball. Can we make it 4? Dlamini moving it forward. With Ngidi now on his debut. Launching up, trying to find Olsen. It just seems every play, everything we do just goes through Olsen. Can't really think about Olsen right now because Mklongu is through for Amazulu and he launches it in. I don't think it touched the crossbar there. I think it just went straight out. I think that was just one of those shots that they've done there. And suddenly, from a team that wasn't looking great, is now looking absolutely fantastic in that first game. Against Sundowns, we were shocking. Second game, tweaked some roles. I think from the second half, when it was around the second half where I made them wingers into overlapping defenders. It did a lot better. Mklongu from the counter-attack just ran rampant through that team. And I mean, I would like the clean sheet, but there was just no one defending. No one putting him. I don't know what this guy was doing. Why don't you bring in? Why don't you come in? Just slow down. That was questionable defending. Who are you? Mokane and Baliso. Where's our defenders? There's Milic. There's Nkosi. Our defenders were, I mean, it was a corner, but I mean, maybe I got to keep 2 guys back for corners nowadays. That's not the first time we've conceded from a set piece that we've had on a counter-attack. Mazombe, Malepe, looking for options. Maybe can restore our 3-goal cushion. Mokane finds the ball through. Nicely done to Ngidi on the overlap. Goes for the shot instead of the cross. January gets a hand to it and we've won the corner. But I think it is going to end 3-1. Listen, I'm happy. I'm happy. It's a good victory. It's a solid performance. I love it. I'm going to make that change permanently with the inside forwards and overlapping defenders. I think that might be the way to go. And you know what? We beat Amazulu. We beat Amazulu, a team that beat us twice last season. We beat them this season. There you go. back in the hunt. Back in the hunt. I love it. Absolutely love it. In terms of the league, that's the wrong one. Where's the League One competition stage? There we go. In terms of the league, it means we're currently in 7th place, 2 games played. 1 win from 2 games. I'm happy. I'm happy. I think this was actually really good. Amazulu, did they win their? They lost. They drew their first game. So there's that. Kahuna and Sundowns, the only 2 undefeated teams. 100% record teams. Chiefs undefeated. Marumo Gallants undefeated. Swelelele FC undefeated. So, you know what? I think this might be a good campaign. I think this might be a fun campaign. I hate that it takes me to this fixture list when I want to see the other fixture list, you know? I prefer seeing this one. I don't know why it picks that one. You know, they should really make it like you can right click on something and then just say, select this bookmark. I think that would be great. And then I can get this page. This is the one I really like. Anyway, we've got a couple of games up ahead, likes of Galans Pirates in the Carling Knockout Cup. If we go further than Pirates in the Carling Knockout Cup, I think I might come back for that type of game. Also, I don't know why I can't click on this now. Anyway, we'll check that and we'll see that. But yeah, probably around Chiefs, CS Galaxy, Stellenbosch, Swelele, somewhere around there. Maybe even Richards Bay. There's a Pirates game in somewhere as well. I mean, we've done a Pirates game, we've done a Chiefs game before, so maybe we'll look at something else like a Richards Bay game. I don't think we've done a Richards Bay game on camera, or Kahuna United game. So yeah, probably around November, December, we will be back. There's a lot of football to be played. Might be a little bit earlier if we have a good run in the Carling Knockout Cup. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of maybe the new shift in tactic, the idea of having inside forwards with overlapping wingbacks, or do you think inverted wingers would work better? Let me know what you guys think. Your boy the VUZELA is out of here. Tell your parents, grandparents, lovers and haters to join in on the fun that is the VUZELA. Peace and chicken grease.